Hello, as always, and welcome back to Journey Through Eorzea. As always, I am your host, Man with Hat, Tiberius Fox. So, we ended the last episode prematurely because we are not transitioning into the rest of Stormblood yet. We are taking a detour, as we have been known to do, to go and do the Omega raids. I remember there being a Chocobo buddy, Alpha, I think they called him, and fighting a lot of bosses from Final Fantasy games I've never played or played very little of. So, let's get it rolling. Tiberius, thank the gods you're here. We need your help. In case you haven't heard, we've been set up operations in Ralga's Reach while we look for Omega. It's been decidedly slow going, I'm sorry to say, but we haven't seen through the blasted thing since it disappeared during the battle with Shinryu. Which is not to say we haven't made any progress. We know now that Shinryu ended up in the Imperial's hands and that it was shackled with some very distinctive-looking bindings when they found it. Obviously, only you know what could have done something like that, and the fact that its restraints were still functioning suggests it didn't shut down when the chief instructed it to either. Anyway, we were getting close to identifying Omega's whereabouts when we encountered what you might call a problem. Mayhap it would be best if you came to the workshop and saw for yourself. That is the voice I have chosen for Wedge, and it's certainly a choice. I'll say that. Yeah. I'm also not like Scottish or whatever, so I can't do bigs, but we'll just do the best we can. Alright. Nero and Jesse, who has never played a part up till now. Add to the entourage, Nero Teskelva. Surprised? Aye, so were we. He's been brought in as a consultant, believe it or not. How many times do I have to tell you? You will play no part in this investigation. Your motives were dubious from the first, and nothing we have done since has served to make them any clearer. Out of necessity, I agreed to take part in Omega's activation, but that will be the extent of our cooperation. Passing judgment without due consideration, openly disparaging colleagues, not very chiefly of you, Chief. I'll have you know I'm sensitive new recruit who thrives on encouragement. Then I trust you'll derive elsewhere when I encourage you to piss off. That's no way to talk to somebody else. I will not have him on our roster, Jesse. Never mind anywhere near our work. His employment is to be terminated, effective immediately. The thing is, Chief, we've already paid him in full. And it wasn't exactly a pittance either. 4/5 of what you get was the agreement. Look, whatever disagreements you might have had in the past, the fact is, we could do with his expertise now. Let him earn his keep at very least. I don't believe this. You claim the wholly justified ventures represent an unsustainable risk to the ironworks, and then pay him a sultan's ransom in advance? Him? Give me strength. This has to be the way of it for a while now, on account of which we've had to put the investigation on hold. Let the investigate by ourselves. Let me know how it goes. I'm leaving. Oh, tempting. You know what? I'm saying it. I'm gonna say it. I'm leaving. You guys figure it out. Peace. Later. It's not like you to shirk your duties, hero. Were you not present at Omega's activation? And were you not therefore jointly responsible for the havoc it may wreak if left to its own devices? I think we both know the answer. From this moment forth, you shall be my chaperone. With the realm's savior watching my every move, I couldn't possibly make any mischief. We should surely serve to allay my employer's concerns. Forgive me, Tiberius. It was not my intent to embroil you in this mess. I didn't even know you were here. Seeing as you are, though, I cannot deny that I would be glad to have you on board. The fact is, we are no closer to understanding the true extent of Omega's powers, and even if it was damaged during the encounter with Shinryu, it seems highly doubtful that we'll be able to disable it unaided. We've got as far as identifying its likely resting place, but I for one would feel a lot more confident in the surveying the area with you around to deal with any unexpected surprises. Might I persuade you to lend us a hand once more, old friend? Only if you get voice lines. Oh wait, you don't? Okay, never mind. Then it's settled. Chief, we have a problem. The etheric concentration levels at the yawn are soaring. Our readings have doubled from one moment to the next, and by the time we went to check them, they're doubled again. What? By that can only mean... Evacuate the site. I shall handle this matter personally. Let's go. I know it's a hole in the ground. Let's go to the hole in the ground. Big Swedge, Tiberius, I need you to hit with me at the yawn, to the south of here. That's where we believe Omega came to rest. You telling me that giant robot... Sorry, hang on, we'll get there in a second. Jesse, hold the fort while I'm gone, and if possible, continue surveillance from a safe distance. All right, Chief. Watch yourself out there. Am I to stay and mind the shop too? Oh no, I'm not letting you out of my sight. But before you fill the room with maniacal laughter, I want you to remember something. When you collected your inexplicably lavish fee, the Ironworks creed became your creed. That's freedom through technology, in case you've forgotten, not supremacy through elegant ingenuity. Breach this contract and I will have my pawns of flesh. Alright. He walks like a dandy. No, what I was gonna say is, that, you telling me that just outside Rally's Reach, because I know it ain't that far, just outside Rally's Reach, a giant robot crashed into the ground. Never mind wherever Shinryu landed, right? I'm just saying he did, right? You're gonna tell me that giant robot crashed into the ground, like a meteor pretty much, and nobody knew it until recently. We can't find him. It couldn't possibly be this giant hole in the ground. Sorry, I'm pressing X to doubt, man. Cole Phelps gonna show up and start questioning me. Battle-scarred veteran. Interesting. Alright, let's fly. I'm just saying, I understand there's like a war going on and all matter of Jim Jams and all that. Exactly, I know there's a giant hole out here. Hang on, let's just fly up really high until it won't let me anymore. Is that to the south, so I'm assuming this way? Okay, yeah, that over there. So you're gonna tell me that it crashed in, and it's not even like far from a settlement. There's a settlement right there. Am I crazy? Like, you're near the bridge, right, where the Empire held, right? And then on top of that, you got a settlement within spitting distance, and you're gonna tell me that nobody knew what to do until now. Nah, man. You can miss me with that. I don't buy that for a second. I mean, it's got purple smoke now, so it's a big deal. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, that looks nice. It's a bunch of, like, purple Slurpee. Or Ivan Ooze, I'm not sure. Real ones understand that reference. What in the seven hells is going on here? A veritable sea of condensed ether. Our precious has been busy. What villainy is this? Oh, it's Midgard's Swarmer. I did not see that coming. I completely forgot about this. In slumber sweet I have lain since mine offspring war with man to end. Yet I could not choose but stir this abhorrent stench. Have care, mortal, for within this great hollow lieth Omega. He has not shown up. Midgard Stormer's been missing since like the end of Heaven's Ward, so it has been a bit. Long have we known each other. Our history spanneth eons and stars. It's the Chocobo and a dragon. Oh gods, what's happening? It's a snake dragon. Almost like an ethereal snake dragon. Ethereal snake dragon, no. Run. Chief, get out of here. It's an ethereal dragon. It's like Ghostbusters 2. Huh? You're not dead. Apparently not. It passed straight through me, as if it were some sort of illusion. "'Tis one of Omega's creations. Omega is a weapon wrought in a place beyond the reach of thy kind, capable of weaving aether into life. That serpent is yet unfinished, but doubt not that it will become a corporeal threat ere long." Well, whatever it is, it's gone. Well, this peculiar thing remains. I like Alpha, he's cool. As a dumb little Chocobo mascot, who doesn't like the... Quay? It looks like a Chocobo, and Quay's like a Chocobo. I think it's probably a Chocobo. Yeah, but it's like all his features are like exaggerated and what have you. Quay? The way it quiz isn't unlike a Chocobo, but it looks more like a stuffed doll to me. It's definitely a Chocobo, trust me on this. The ones we Lalafels ride all they're about this size, aren't they? I suppose, aye, alright, but let's go with Chocobo for now. Thy mistress' blessing extendeth not unto this creature's soul, then? Very well, if this matter concerneth Omega, I shall speak with it as Nysted. Oh, Midgard's armor translate, let's go. Tiberius, are you going to introduce us to your knowledgeable little dragon friend? Oh, it's Midgardsormr, the greatest of all dragons ever to live, ever. What? The Midgardsormr who fought and fell at the Battle of Silvertail Skies? Yeah, he's just a tiny dragon now. That's how it is. And here I was content to be traveling in the company of just one legend. Without wishing to offend you, hero, the father of dragons does have something something you do not, that being relevant knowledge. Thus, in much we could learn from him. Little less is known about Omega's origin. It first appeared in the records dating back to the Third Astral Era, before the Allegan Empire reached its zenith, and said records had but one thing to say: Omega activation successful. So it's not an Allegan thing. Interesting. I always was under the impression that it was an Allegan thing, but maybe they just mastered it, I don't know. In the centuries that followed, the Allegans enjoyed rapid technological development, but there was always an area of further mention of Omega until its capture of Bahamut. Its existence is a mystery among mysteries, a tale among tales. 'Twas always assumed that Allegans built it, but I had no reason to believe otherwise. But now Midgardsormr tells us that it's not even of our world. So where the hell did it come from? Just so. It haileth from another star, more than I will not say. So it comes from space. It's an alien robot. I have spoken with this being. I telleth of the strange plane beyond this hollow, wherein it did reside from the moment of its creation. For reasons unknown, it was ordered to fight. Yet, being weak, it chose flight instead, and thus crossed over into this world. Ordered to fight by Omega? Why in the seven hells would it do that? To put its creations to the proof. If you would know more, go forth and look upon the truth with your own eyes. Wait, you're saying we should jump in? You have naught to fear from the fall. The hollow hath become a portal into Omega's domain. Once there, this being shall guide you. Servant of Heidelin, faith bindeth me to Omega. If thy intent be to pursue it, I shall lend thee my strength. Alright, well, I mean, with you being in my pocket, sure, you're pretty chill. I'm a big fan of Midgardsormr, so... I mean, except for the part where he stripped all my power away. But then when I got his respect, he was like, alright, we're cool, we're chill bros now. So you, really can show us around inside the hole, can you? Quay. I can't do a chocobo sound. I try, but it's not happening. Alright, gold light, let's do it. Well, I doubt any of us imagined things would come to this, but the Father of Dragons has given us assurance. Let us take our investigation into the yawn. I have already apprised Jessie of our intent and instructed her to have our engineers on standby. Since we have no way of knowing what awaits us in there, I need you to be ready for anything. Are you? Yes. I was born ready. I'm never fighting anything to get in, but that's fine. Let us begin. Okay, it's just a... Why is he so bright yellow, but we're all, like, white? We're ethereal. We're ethereal? Why are we ethereal? What is this place? And what's wrong with us? I can see straight through me. Welcome home, Alpha. Welcome, mortals. That thing always reminds me of something from Fallout New Vegas. I am Omega, and I have awaited your coming. I communicate you now via one of my monitors. You stand in the rift between dimensions, where a vital experiment is currently in progress. Your participation is appreciated. Please indicate your consent. Boop. Experiment? If you want our participation, you have to tell us a little more than that. You gonna get deleted? We're disappearing. Not participating, battle enemies will summarily erased. Please indicate your consent. It seems we can't even exist here without Omega's leave. I think it's fairly clear what we might have to do, don't you? Yeah, we'll just consent to it. Let's just do it. We don't need to be around. What should we do, Chuck? Well, obviously consent and do whatever it is we have to do. Que? Thank you for your cooperation. You are provisionally assigned to the Alpha Group. It's very ethereal. There's some space balls. Space egg. Ethereal rift, interdimensional rift. Looks like some manner of tower or egg. The aim of the experiment is to determine the mightiest being in creation. To that end, 89 candidates have been selected and recreated. They are grouped by dimension, matched by strength, and pitted against one another. That which you identify as a Chocobo is Subject Alpha, and you have been assigned to its group. This assignation? Weird, never seen it written that way. This assignation is tentative. However, pending an assessment of your fitness to serve fully fledged test subject, your combat capabilities will be evaluated shortly. Combat capabilities? You mean you want us to fight? Affirmative. A course shall be constructed for this purpose, though which you must attempt to fight your way. Your suitability will be confirmed upon reaching the Deltascape test world beyond. Please know, however, that only entities with existential authorization may interact with objects in the rift. Of your number, only Alpha has this at present. Before you may engage in combat, said authorization must be temporarily transferred to you. Beep. Beep boop. Blip boop. Blip blippity blapply. Blip blap bang. Huh. An invitation from Omega itself. Not even I could have foreseen this. We are accepting it, of course. It's preferable to summary erasure, as I'm sure you'll agree. Alpha, was it? My colleagues and I are reminded to participate in Omega's experiment. Will you transfer your authorization to us? Yay, incorporeal. Beep. Existential authorizations transferred. Subjects ready to engage. Please begin at your own convenience and proceed as directed. Pretentious robot. Nothing like a pretentious robot, am I right? This is better than me just running around trying to talk to people for 10 years. No telling what awaits. Stay sharp. So, where do we go exactly? Well, let's just try and walk out. We can't walk out. Can I jump over the thing? No, I can't jump over the thing. I think this floor moves. Y'all stay in the circle? We gotta stay in the circle. It's like hard light or something. Alright. Oh yeah. I'm not worried, let's go, let's fight, let's scrap. It's different from the ones earlier. Particularly Tiberius will follow. What is this? What's this cube now? I suspect we're about to find out. Yeah, it is protected by some kind of barrier. Especially, I'll have this down before you know it. Alright. Do it, Wedge. He just has like a boombox? He has a barrier boombox. Wait, what's happening with that thing? Chief, something was happening with the cube. Okay. I can fight this thing. I always push my jutsu buttons just a little bit faster than I should. There. Another cube? Another one. Seems they'll continue spawning as long as the monitor is operational. Okay. I can get down with this. Out of commission trick is to reverse the barrier's energy current. Okay. Well done, Wedge. That leaves just the enemy. Alright. Crystal? Touch the crystal. I don't know. Some kind of teleporter? Looks like we're going through. Just touch it, or... Someone's eager. Follow. Come on, let's follow. Yes. Okay, this is nifty with the whole circle thing. Alright. There's more this time. Yet another model. Right, so the same approach before. Wags and Bidge, the monitor is yours. The rest of us will tend to the enemy, whenever you're ready, Tiberius. I'm ready right now. I want to rock right now. My name's Man with Hat and I came to get down. That's quite a few dudes. It's okay, I can just throw these things in a circle. Stop dropping little fans. I've heard of having a fan club, but this is ridiculous. Alright. Another teleporter. Moving along like clockwork. You know no hesitation. This is correct, I do not. Kind of reminds me of jumping in between planets in Mass Effect Andromeda. The structure ahead must be the Deltascape. And there are 2 monitors in the way. Tangil says there's more cubes too. Stay focused, we're almost there. Alright. I know what to do, I do know what to do, as a matter of fact. Come on. It's stacking cubes! Oh, it's a behemoth. A behemoth? We're gonna have to roll up our sleeves. Yeah, I agree. Not every day you're just like, oh yeah, what's up? Just hanging out with this behemoth here. It was way easier than the ones in the labyrinth. Is he doing a meteor? He is. He's doing a meteor. Wait, kill the dog. Kill the behemoth. Alright. There we go. Great work, you two. Tiberius, Nero, just a little further. Alright, that was the end. Okay. What do you know? Behemoth was the end. Can you believe it? That's our goal, the Deltascape. If I'm not mistaken, what do you think is waiting there for us? Omega said they're groups subjects by dimension. If the creatures we fought are the Weirs merely intended to separate the wheat from the chaff, it would seem certain that a far greater challenge is await ahead inside these egg-like objects. Our fellow test subjects most like. But I am not certain what to make of that castle. Could it somehow be connected to the subjects? Queh! Alpha, but hold on a moment. Shouldn't either one of you or us be translucent? Subjects confirmed to have arrived at Deltascape. Analysis complete. Congratulations, you are approved for participation. Your strength places you in the self-same tier as Alpha, the feeblest and farthest removed from myself. He's talking trash? Nonetheless, you are now fully fledged test subjects. Welcome, weakest of challengers. As a corporeal life forms, you need not undergo development within a test world. Instead, you may use this space freely. Not quite what I have chosen, but one must make do. Speaking of which, what is it we're supposed to do exactly? You are to enter the Deltascape and defeat all test subjects within. Please note, however, that strength in numbers will not be acknowledged. There is a strict limit upon how many entities may participate in combat. Only a small party may have existential authorization transferred from Alpha. Good luck. So the eggs do contain our fellow test subjects, just as I predicted, eh, Garland? Before we turn the thoughts to Deltascape, I suggest we set up a base of operations here. It's happening. Well, how you set up a base of operation? I guess it did say we can move freely, right? Alright. Somewhat cobbled together, but this should suffice as a base of operations. Take heart, old friend, though through every step we take seems to raise more questions. We will wade through this mire of mysteries eventually, and that I have no doubt. Alright. Let's do it! Right then, what to do next? We know that Omega is conducting tests to determine the strongest being, but we do not know its ultimate purpose, nor even its exact whereabouts. Plainly, however, it is within Omega's power to curtail our safety here, whensoever it chooses. Accordingly, we have little choice but to proceed as a bidden and defeat the test subject waiting in the Deltascape. Well, Alpha certainly seems keen, though it may be of best if you left the fighting to others, little one. That is, of course, assuming others are willing. What say you, old friend? I will punch otherworldly things. That is not a problem. This promises to be a most entertaining foray, and I would not dream of missing any part of it. You may rely on me to provide you with remote support. With commendable foresight, I took the liberty of borrowing the various monitors that were laying around, and shall extract all the information I can from them. Quack. 'Tis a pity none of us speaks Chocobo. As I recall, though, we are supposed to have Alpha transfer his authorization to us prior to engaging in combat. In which case, Tiberius, you'll need him to accompany you into the Deltascape. See to your preparations and proceed whenever you are ready. And we shall do that very thing. I'm gonna have to look. I don't know if my book has anything on the raids. Hang on. Does it say anything about Deltascape on here? Give me a second, let me look at this. Her lands for servants. Yeah, I don't know if they have... I don't know if they do. I'll tell you what, let's go get it queued up, get ready to get queued up for this, and then if I find it, I'll cut back in with it. Quack. Alpha appears eager to proceed. You may enter Deltascape V 1.0 when you are ready. Okay. Super easy. Alright, so... 1.0, enter. 14 minutes. Okay. So, I'm gonna cut out here and then, whether see it when it pops or I'll dip back in to, have back reading. But I don't know if there's anything about it in the book, so we'll find out. Okay, it took me a hot minute, but I actually did find Omega in here. And it is like 3 pages long. So let's be picky about this. We'll go through the first page and a half, and then it kind of goes through it because it's a lot of data. So roll with me on this. I couldn't find it at first because it's under something called the Omega Records. So the Omega Records, as the war for Alamigo's liberation raged on, and in its shadow, another furious struggle was set in motion. Unbeknownst to all save a few, owing to the records generously provided by Jesse J. of Garland Ironworks, the world may appreciate the full extent of the threat posed by the ancient weapon Omega, and the valorous deeds of the heroes who rose against it. Awakening a relic. By the twisted machination of ill-bared fear, a dread primal had manifested in the skies above Balsar's wall. While its identity was at first unknown, one thing was certain. Ere long it would break free of its confinement and unleash its fury upon the realm. Confronted with the possibility of another calamity, the leaders of the Eorzean alliance resorted to the desperate action. Activating Omega, an ancient primal countermeasure buried deep within the Cartano Flats, which we've now learned is not even true because he's older than the Elegans. After eons in slumber, Omega roused to life and identified the primal as a target. Yet even as the mechanical monstrosity moved to attack, the creature burst forth from its prison to reveal its terrible form, a draconic being that would come to be known as Shinryu. The two mighty entities engaged in a furious aerial battle, which ended when both crashed down in Garabania amidst a blinding explosion and disappeared. As overseers of Omega's activation, Sid Garland and his Eponius Ironworks, I don't know, Eponymous, I've never seen that word before, Eponymous Ironworks were tasked with locating the missing weapon, their mission taking them to a place that transcended all imagining, the search for Omega. Despite the Ironworks' best efforts, Omega proved exceedingly elusive. While Shinryu fell into the Empire's hands and was subsequently vanquished by the Warrior of Light and his comrades, there was not so much as a trace of Allegan relic to be found. But amidst the standstill, there suddenly came a lead. Etheric readings were observed to have risen alarmingly at the Yawn, the massive crater in the fringes where Omega and Shinryu were believed to have fallen. So it was that Sid Garland and his assistants set out for said crater, the Warrior of Light in tow. As the party inspected the pool of condensed ether and filled the Yawn, without warning, a peculiar chocobo-like being burst forth. Its name later revealed to be Alpha, and the creature led the companions through the Yawn into Omega's domain, the interdimensional rift. At the bottom, you got pictures of Midgardsormr and Alpha, with little descriptions under it. Appearing to be mammoth, designed in the likeness of a chocobo, the mysterious Alpha proved to be the key to victory, communicating via expressive ques, and served as a dependable guide to the heroes throughout their arduous journey. Midgardsormr claims a long and troubled history with Omega, through his diminutive incarnation, which journeys with the Warrior of Light. The Father of Dragons provided the heroes with invaluable insight and advice into the course of their trials. And then the top right has a thing where it says the Deltascape, and it kind of shows the area we're in with the eggs and things. It's got some concept art. Setting foot in the interdimensional rift, the heroes found themselves in the midst of an experiment in progress. An autonomous weapon, Omega, was designed with the ability to evolve, to which end it had created within its domain test worlds known as scapes. Each scape was populated with an array of test subjects, entities selected and recreated for both fact and fiction. They were to be pitted against each other in order to determine a worthy opponent for Omega itself to face. Speaking through one of its monitors, Omega revealed that Alpha was also a test subject before abruptly demanding the party's participation in the experiment, which we had to do. Though the heroes naturally harbored misgivings toward the demand, they had no choice but to comply, for not only did Omega rule supreme within its domain, left unintended, its creations would eventually overrun its corporeal realm and become a serious threat. Thus did the Warrior of Light and his comrades resolve to weather the coming trials, sallying forth into the first test world, the Deltascape, to contend with its 4 formidable residents. And then, it's got a picture of this weird creepy face thing, which I assume will fight, which reminds me of the thing from Mortal Kombat, the first movie that came out 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Subject Delta 4 was a recreation of X-Death. So that must be X-Death? Oh, I see him. Okay, I couldn't see him at top, he just looked like a creepy face. Recreation of X-Death, and being from ancient Ilzabardian tale said to command the power of the void. Interesting. Didn't they Was X-Death? No, it wasn't X-Death. I was thinking of the guy from, like, the post-Endwalker stuff. That wasn't X-Death. That was something else. That was Golbez. That's right. Anyway, so we got that. So that's where we're at. There's more to it, but I'll read that when we get to the second part, the Sigmascape, because they kind of go into that, and I don't, we'll save that for then. So with that, we will continue the waiting game, and we're at 10 minutes now, so we'll see you when it pops. All right. That took a little over 30 minutes, but not too bad. I was starting to wonder. I'll be real. This series might go a little slower if all the queue times are going to be really super long, but that's just the way of raids, man. Dungeons are bad enough sometimes, but raids get crazy. But let's fight some stuff. Oh no, it's a serpent thing. I'm sure we can fight the serpent thing, right? Tiberius, do you hear me? Your opponent's called the Alfroid. No idea what the name means, but good luck. Alright, sure. Oh no, chicken noodle spotted. I've actually done this one, Lamau. Alright. Look at this entourage. Deltascape 1.0, baby! Is that guy a bard? It is a flamboyant bow, man. Oh no. Pillars of fire, pillars of fire. Everyone running over there? Okay. I'm just gonna stand over here and hope it works out. At least I got Doton. Oh no, the fireball's getting bigger. Okay. We're okay. I'm sure it won't be a big deal at all. Oh no, okay, get over here. Somebody got hit by that. Somebody took a hit on that. Like a big ball of light there in the middle, I see. That's neato. I should actually probably do my positionals. Should I do my positionals? I feel like I should do my positionals. So it's pretty easy just to follow people if you're not sure. Okay. Well, I'm gonna trade shift. I just did that Doton, how dare you? Okay, so the outside's gonna push us in, and then it's gonna push us out? I don't know. I'm just gonna stand right here. Oh no. Get away. I'm surprised we got out of that, I'm be honest. I did not expect that to work out as well as it did. Oh, okay. That's how it's gonna be, huh? Alright, so we'll go over here, because those are gonna explode first.
and then head mid. Oh no. No. We're not doing that. Alright, damage wasn't too bad for that guy on that one. It's going a little bit better than our end fights for Stormblood. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I'm sure I don't actually need to do that, but we're doing it anyway. LB! We shoot him with a crossbow. Lightning bolt. Oh, I think I killed him with that lightning bolt. Let's go. If it wasn't, it looked like it did. Alright, 1.0 Comprito. Alright. Player comms. I don't need any of this stuff from here. I'll give it to the weird gunbreaker, I guess. Sure. Thank you. I got a player comm? Look at that. Alright. Move on to the next thing. Question is how much I have to do between this one and the next one. This should be an easy setup. There shouldn't be like a ton of story between these. Between like this and Sigmascape, sure, but well done, my friend. We were lucky enough to witness every moment of your struggle via the Deltascape's various surveillance devices. I dare say we had a better view than you did. Gaining control over them was an extent of accomplishments for this outing, though I suppose we did also learn your adversary's name. Rest assured, however, there will be plenty of more such outings. Preliminary analysis suggests that there are 4 combatants in the Deltascape all told, including your friend Alta Royd, which means you'll be required to win 3 further bouts, with deltas 2 to 4. In this test will be alone. World alone. Needless to say, there are plenty more such worlds in the Rift, holding the remaining 85 subjects between them. Plainly, our host has gone to no small trouble. Quite why it is so obsessed with determining the strongest being is another question. Omega seeketh to improve itself, to evolve. This was ever its primary directive. Though contending with its mighty foes, it groweth stronger. Having vanquished the vile simulacrum you call Shinryu, a greater adversary was needed. In the absence of such a being, it had to create one. So in the name of self-improvement, it wants to make a new playmate, and it chose to undertake the task here to avoid outside interference, yes? In part. The making of life is not Omega's primary function. It bringeth complex beings into the corporeal realm only at great cost to itself. As such, it employeth the plane to test unfinished works, that it might determine a single entity worthy of creation. If I understand this correctly, the moment Omega's grand experiment is complete, it will give birth to a creature mightier even than Shinryu, and then proceed to fight it. Gods help us all if that battle of that scale should come to pass. The powers unleashed will be enough to bring about another calamity. Alright, the stakes have been set. Assuming the dragon has the right of it, all test subjects must needs be works in progress, save for ourselves, of course. But how we then explain Alpha? As I recall, it manifested corporeally outside the rift. Then again, it is hardly the most complex of creatures. Mayhap it was finished by accident. Don't make fun of Alpha. He's a good boy, and if he hadn't been for him, we would have all been erased. He might not be strong, but he's brave, and reliable, and adorable. Okay. Calm down. Changing the subject for a moment, Chief. After you lost track of Omega, you said you re-engaged its stasis systems, right? Meaning something somewhere isn't working like it should. I only ask because me and Wedge have done pretty much all we can here, and we're wondering if it might be worth going to Cartano to look for it. That would be a great help. Nero and I can handle things at this end. So we can leave. I mean, like, obviously I can leave, but we'll be off then. Don't do anything I wouldn't do,
And you be a good boy, Alpha. Do as you're told and look after Tiberius and me.
Or for me. No. Yeah, I can't help but think that, like, the next one should just be the next one. There shouldn't be some giant, like, crazy thing, I would think, but let's find out. We must pray that Biggs and Wedge are able to repair the stasis system. If they can't, we'll have little choice but to see Omega's experiment all the way to its bitter conclusion. A tall order, I concede, and one that would require you to prove yourself the mightiest being in creation. But we must hope for the best and plan for the worst, which is the case means pressing on with the tests. Are you ready for the next foray? One moment, Chief. My analysis is yet incomplete, but it would seem Subject Delta 2 is capable of manipulating gravity. How fortunate then that but I recently chanced to assemble something which might mitigate its effects. An anti-gravity gimbal. May it serve you well. Oh, is this gonna be like an item we use in the middle of combat? Okay, that's cool. Like that? Alright, Alpha. Give me the jam.
Quick.
Alpha appears to be eager to proceed. You may enter Delta Scope V 2.0 when you are ready. Alright. I like this. This is simpler. I'm just like, let's just churn through it. Alright. So, 2.0 with players. Turn that one off. Turn that one on. 26 minutes. We'll see how that goes. There's no reading on this one. We've already done the reading for this. So, with that, I'll see you when it pops. Alright. Also, that was much better than the last one. That was like, I want to say like 10 to 15 minutes. I know you guys always want to know how long it actually takes to get into stuff, but... So, let's rock and roll. Let's fight the next thing. What's the next thing? Throw down them waves. Gonna get me dizzy doing this twisty twist. Delta Escape V 2.0. Ah, there it is. Catastrophe. A fitting name for the havoc it doubtless wreak. Have fun now. Alright, it's a giant eyeball squid monster. Tentacle thing. Give me the jam joozles. Alright, what's the entourage? Got a bunch of interesting human beings. I got another ninja? If only it was Kefka. Or we'll get there, random dudes. Alright, so... If I use the thing. So basically, he's gonna do a thing at some point. And when he does... I know we have another guy in there that is... I don't think that they stack. I could be wrong. Did I miss a thing? I think I missed a thing, I don't know. I didn't see anybody else do a thing. Ow. I just looked at that, I was like, I hope this is the right time. Did anybody not do it? Alright, so far so good. I don't know. He's still floaty. He's doing okay damage, but... Why is everybody floating? I see some people floating, not everyone is floating. I'm waiting for like stuff to show up on the ground that tells me, hey, you know what I should definitely do? Do that thing. Is that bad? It seems bad. Guys. I don't know what that means, man. Do I stand over here? I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I'm gonna just sit here and hit this thing, I don't know. Stay near the tentacle, I guess? All I can do is do my best. Can't be right. Okay. I think I'm gonna do that, and then look away. Hey, alright. Turns out I am smarter than a 5th grader. At least in some capacity. I'd laugh if that Doton was still in the air. Well, I might be bad at positionals, but they can't say that I'm. Oh no, 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 no. I don't know. I have no idea where to be. I got petrified. Did we all get petrified? I think we all got petrified. Well, I'm looking away, so they can't be mad. Like how we all got turned to stone. That was brilliant. I'm sure there was something we were supposed to do there that we didn't do, but yeah, you can't really mad we didn't do it. Alright, so like, do we want to stand on the thing, or we like stood in the thing last time? That was good, right? Like, are we not supposed to? I saw us do this last time, and then suddenly we're not doing it anymore, and I don't know why. That really hurt. We're gonna drop some bloodbath on that one. Oh lord. Okay. Okay, go over here. We're just gonna go over here. We're not even gonna be part of this whole gravity thing. Oh. Okay. That do damage? It did some. Not like the most I've ever seen, but it did some. I feel like we should LB this dude at this point. We ain't even just past 2. But then again, I'm always afraid there's some mechanic that I have forgotten about. That it's like, oh no, he's not actually dead. He has a second phase, and we're gonna. All right. Alright, giant squid tentacle eye thing is dead. What a catastrophe. Ha ha! Alright, what we got left? White Mage, Sage, Summoner, Paladin. I guess I'll give it to the White Mage? I don't know, man. Alright, let's talk to Nero. A rousing performance made possible by my anti-gravital gimbal. Lest you wonder, you are not supposed to be able to descend on your own volition. The device worked quite as intended. I just wasn't intended for use on living. Well, let's just say it wasn't exactly its intended use. Kaya Lucia. Was she in the last thing? I wasn't paying attention. At any rate, that's another mighty foe laid low. As I may say, every faith you would have respect. As may I say that I had every faith you would succeed. Sometimes this game gives me dyslexia, dude. I don't know what to say about it. I doubt we'll be hearing from Biggs and Wedge for a while. Shall we push on here in the meantime? Reliable as ever. Without further ado, then let us move things along. According to the analyst, the next appointment, Delta 3, is being named Halicarnassus. That's the secret word! That's where we're from! Halicarnassus, you say? The queen of the Dimension Castle? What's this? You know of her? I had no idea who Halicarnassus was. You mean you don't? Well, I suppose a blue-blooded brat such as you would have no interest in humble folktales. It appears a lesson is in order. Halicarnassus is a character from an ancient fable. In the tale, she is one of the chief antagonists, and as such things won't to unfold, she meets her end at the hands of heroes, incurably valiant youths not unlike our adventurer friend here. Literary historians have speculated the tale could be loosely based on the events which took place in the Fourth Astral Era, but little remains of that age, and there is no way to verify the claim. Indeed, you now assume the story be a work of pure fiction. You mean to tell me that Omega is populated in the Grand Experiment with fictional characters? Yeah, he doing that. 'Twould seem your understanding is yet lacking. Scant grasp have I of that which men know and know not. Mark me then. Omega hath no soul, no mind's eye in which to envision a rival. To bring forth new life it must needs draw upon that which hath already been, in every creation being another's conception. This limitation is concealed by the breadth of its existence. It possesseth the means to retain knowledge of entire eras, and not only of this reflection, yet it perceiveth not the knowledge as we do. Fact, fiction, the distinction holdeth no meaning for Omega. All is equal in its eyes. If a thing is logical, it can be created. That wondrous weapon should exist. It surpasses my wildest imaginings, and they were wild indeed. But I gather not everyone shares my excitement. What's the matter, Garland? Lost your nerve? Quiet, Nero. We adults are talking. Thinking? I don't know. What was I thinking? But mayhap now is not the time. Tiberius said he was ready to continue, and so am I. Let's deal with Halicarnassus. Do the hand punch thing? Hand punch thing? No, not the hand punch thing. I thought for sure it was going to be a hand punch thing. Alright. Quick way! Alpha appears to be eager to proceed. You may enter 3.0 when you are ready. I am ready. I am just not ready for the timer that's going to come. Alright. 25 minutes. Alright, I'll see you when it pops. As we continue this escapade, that queue time was really long. Not like the stupidly long. It was like 35 to 40 minutes. I was starting to go like, maybe this isn't gonna pop. But, well, depends on if this, alright, cool. Good. Trying to do 4 sections in one sitting is rough when the queue times are like 30 plus minutes every time. Okay, I remember this one kinda. I remember this whole thing. What fools have entered my domain? No matter, you shall remain here for my pleasure. Give us the Riz. Got some fancy people in here. She got like the mouth on her gut. You looking like a Power Rangers villain. Alright, well, Halicarnassus it is. Alright. Any other ninjas? No. Well, let's hit her with the puff puff here. Fancy, what have you. I think she has a thing that makes you smaller. And I think she hit me with it. I'm not 100% on that, but I think she did. Heinous. I'm gonna hold still. I'm not moving. Seems like a bad idea. I'm gonna trade for this though. Yeah. Oh. Get right up on top. There you go. Hit her with trick attack. There we go. Ugh. Yeah, this is like one. You know what's funny? Like you'll get like raid of like random like raids, whatever. This is like the one raid in the series I've gotten multiple times. I think I want to go over here, right? All right, how do we do? All right, good. I think there's one where you're supposed to get through like a puzzle, like, I don't know. I never remember what to do with this. Yeah, I get hit by that every time. Every single time. I lack the capability to dodge that. That's a dragon. Are we gonna do something about that, or? I'm gonna start attacking the dragon. It just seems like a good idea. Two vulnerabilities up. No. It hurts. It hurts. No, I'm pretty sure she eventually makes it so that we like get teleported a thing with like puzzles. And I have been hit and miss on the. Let's have us a race. Run, run, run. Yep, she's gonna. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, there's 3 stacks of vulnerability. Not a problem, really, truly. No, I got turned into a toad. I wasn't looking. No. It's okay. I'm very majestic for a toad. Oh. There we go. We can get out of there so that we're not stacked on top of people. Okay. I swear she did a teleporting thing, like forces you. Let's play an escape game. Yep, there we go. I knew it was coming. I thought it was like it would happen before the end of everything. Did it happen before the end, or like what? Alright, let's just go. Let's just get in there. Alright. Here she goes. I am notoriously bad at this. I usually just follow what anyone else is doing. I'm just gonna go this way and see how we do. I hope that no one notices. Go this way. Please don't. Don't trust me for this. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. If that's not gonna work for that. This one. Please don't be following me. Oh wait, I got it? I'm a wizard, dude. I'm a unicorn wizard. Let's go. I can't believe I actually got that. I just looked at the patterns. It's not that hard, but I usually get like a little bit kerfuffled and mess it up, so looks like I already made it. What happened? Oh, we won. I felt like we died. It like flashed suddenly, and I was like, Sorry, Halicarnassus, you're cool for a world and nothing else. Oh no, it's a bunch of garbage. Give the player comm and get out. No, don't do it. No! Oh, my inventory. It's so much fuller of garbage now. I have a Xenos card. I don't need that. Alright, we're going to take a second to discard this because someone... I feel like that was a troll move. But yeah, we'll just give him the... We'll give him all this trash and then we'll all leave. How dare you? How dare you do such a thing to a man? Ugh. I'm glad you're safe, Tiberius. For a moment there, I feared you might croak. Forgive me, you deserve better than that. Thanks to you, we are about one victory away from clearing the Delta Scape. Take as much rest as you need, old friend. You've earned it. Victory for the blue team. Sorry, that was an Oblivion thing I remembered. Go ahead and rest. You've earned it. The next battle is Subject Delta 4 for Test World's final resident. From what I've been able to gather, your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born of an agglomeration of evil will, which assumes from the form of a dark mage, all of which I suggest you ignore. His name is Exdeath, and he plays the role of chief antagonist in another ancient tale. Though I was unable to glean from the specifics of his abilities, he appears to command the power of the void, as indeed the story states. When I first encountered the work, I naturally assumed said power to be a metaphor of sorts, but I am quite sure Omega will have interpreted it as something more tangible. Alas, no amount of analysis can tell us what may happen when excess calls upon the power of the void, which is to say, beware. So yeah, from the image early on, they show you X-Death. It kind of looks like a weird tree thing, but tell me something, Nero. What happens at the end of the tale? Why, good triumphs over evil, and the heroes defeat X-Death, of course. What did you expect? The facial gestures are so good. I expected exactly that, which is precisely what troubled me earlier. If the heroes won, why did Omega not take them its test subjects? If it seeks to determine the strongest being, why would it bother with those who were defeated? Interesting question. One moment, Link Pearl. Ah, Biggs, at the control room, are you? What news? I see. Very well, I'll tell the others. You take care over there. Sorry for the interruption, that was Biggs. He reports that the stasis system shows every sign of being engaged, despite the fact that it clearly isn't. It can only be a malfunction. While we were able to turn it off, it would seem the reverse is not possible. The system may have taken damage during the calamity. Does it look like it can be repaired? Hard to say. They tell me it seems complex even by Allegan standards. While they may be able to fix it, there's no telling how long it might take. Well, then we must keep from fighting the good fight here, must we not? Nero has the right of it. At this time, focusing on X-Death would seem to be the only recourse. Que. Doesn't say que, but I know you meant que. The Chocobo certainly has no objections. Come then, I would see you follow in the footsteps of the heroes of the tale. I'm like starting to slur my speech because I'm getting tired. But we're gonna do it. We got one left. Que, que, que. Alpha is sure of the result. 4.0. See what kind of thing. Maybe since X-Death is like more popular, maybe it'll be less problematic in terms of getting in. 28 minutes. Alright. You know the rules and so do I. I'll see you when it pops. I'll be real, I was wondering if that was ever going to pop tonight. That queue is nearly an hour. So, yeah. This part of the series is going to be a long one, I feel. But this is not uncommon for what has happened in the past. That is neither here nor there. We are here to fight X-Death. So let's fight X-Death. Look at him. He's got zest. Finally it is in my grasp. The power to control all of creation. The power of the void. He's got drip. Very colorful. He kind of be looking like Golbez a little bit. But again, I don't really remember 100% what Golbez looked like. But he definitely looked kind of like that. At least kind of. Let's fight X-Death. Alright. Let's fight this guy. I'm like amped because I've been sitting around for an hour doing nothing. He's gonna do something crazy in a second, I can feel it. I don't know what it is, but he's gonna do it. Oh, shade shit. I'm waiting for some crazy stuff. I don't know what he does, but it ain't gonna just be standing here doing this. I imagine it's keeping the greatest of powers. The power of the void. Just saying, no ads or nothing. Sus. Oh no, I have been given paralysis. Alright, I no longer have paralysis. I have been frozen. I'm no longer paralyzed, I am now frozen. Alright, it's gonna be fun. Alright, he turned into the giant weird plant thing that I saw in the book. Stack up on that guy. Oh Lord, is it me? It's me. Alright, I'm gonna like go over here. I'm gonna hope it's not bad. That could have been worse. That could have been worse. Oh, it's a giant meteor. Thankfully did not kill me. I thought I was gonna die. It reminded me of the behemoth meteor. I'm like, please don't kill me. I have so much to live for. There. Crompulus, you can use that one. That can be your quote. I have so much to live for, man. I'm bad. Don't kill me. I have so much to live for. I'm paralyzed now. Oh no. I did not make it in time. I did not make it in time. Good thing that his meteor is like crappier compared to the other one. He's drawing more energy out of the void. Somebody do something. He's using black hole magic. Can't say I'm a fan. Oh, it's not me this time. Good. That could have been worse. I just realized that guy's name is girl, Josie Joestar. Not the most inventive, but at the same time, it's got aura. I'll give it to it. Oh no, they're tentacles. Someone kill him before he hits us with tentacles. Oh no. Over here? Yeah, it looks like a good spot. Oh no. The dancer. Not like this. Oh, did I get hit by that? I sure did. Am I hitting my teammate? I am. I'm a zombie now. I'm attacking our teammate. I'm still attacking our team. Okay, now I'm not attacking our teammate. There we go. I got an achievement for that? I am Delta and the Omega? Did I not do that? What is that achievement for? I've done these before. I know I have. Why? The void was mine to command. We're looking up that achievement. Oh, he's not dying like the other ones. He's getting sucked into a portal. Huh. Well, I'm sure that's not ominous or bad or anything. The void was mine to command. Am I the only dude in here? That guy behind me might be a dude. The one with the cowboy hat. The little potato man. But we have completed the Deltascape. Oh no, there's a monitor. Player count. That dancer didn't even know. I'll give it to the Viper, I guess. He's got a cowboy hat. What more do you need? I got a player comm and 1,000 gil. What more does a man need? Nothing. Nothing, I tells you. Alpha Chocobo Man. Tiberius, thank the gods you're safe. When the shell around this place began to crack, I felt the worst. We feared the worst. I'm sure Nero's really upset about it. I might have misspoke, but I know the truth. Given that all of us are present and corporeal, does this mean that there is no longer the Deltascape? Deltascape shutdown complete. Alpha Group is victorious. Congratulations. Your combat record has been archived for future matchmaking. Results from other test worlds are still pending. In the meantime, please tend to your hurts and await further instructions. And with that, we've taken a significant step towards solving the mystery that is Omega. It hasn't been easy, but all in all, I'd say things are proceeding rather smoothly. Couldn't have done it without you, old friend. Come, let us return to reality and enjoy the rest we can. Just never return, never finish the testing. I'm sure it'd be no problem. Things are proceeding smoothly indeed. Too smoothly.
He's such a downer. He's such a downer.
Maybe the courts over there the whole time. 'Tis well that house harbors doubts, mortal, but they are misplaced. Omega could have conducted its test in complete secrecy, unbeknown to all. Yet not only did it betray its presence to you, it allowed you to come this far. Alpha, what art thou truly? The instrument of the moral's triumph, or the bait that lureth them into the abyss? Thou knowest not thine own purpose, then we can but watch and wait. Ninja disappear. Ninja dragon twinkle disappear. Outcome unexpected. Projections gave Delta subjects the upper hand. Outcome supports hypothesis. As previously observed, certain beings may unleash hidden potential when subjected to stress. Initiating new test. Subject Alpha group members to severe stress. Searching database for suitable event. Event found. The death of a comrade. You gonna kill somebody? You gonna off somebody, bro? Ah, it feels good to be back on solid ground. Thank you again, old friend. You did well too, Alpha, fearlessly going into battle whenever you were called upon. We're glad to have you with us. Speaking of which, are you comfortable joining us out here? I'll take that as a yes. Well then, at the risk of obeying Omega's orders, I suggest we permit ourselves a moment's respite. But mayhap I should take the opportunity to compile the results of our investigation thus far. No rest for the righteous. Alright, and that is the perfect jumping off point. This has been the Deltascape waiting simulator.